I hope I'm finding everybody well today. I'm Chris. I live in Las Vegas and I love gear. I'm a total gear head. Now, if you are just like me and you are a gearhead and you have a synthesizer collection that is amassed, maybe more than you should have amassed, you might have something called GAS, GAS, Gear Acquisition Syndrome. And in order to fight that gear acquisition syndrome of my own, I've decided to fall in love with all the equipment that I've bought over the years and demonstrate it, play with it again, and figure out why I love all the stuff that I bought. And I would love to bring you with me. And I am going to show you the Volca series. Now, right behind me, I've got almost all of the Volcas. I am missing a modular, but I'm a big fan of Korg, and when I use these, I use these MIDI controllers to control my Korg Volcas. Now, the cool thing about the Volcas is each and every one has been tailored after an original synthesizer or technology from synthesizers past. Now, all of these are more or less analog. This is an FM. This has got a funky, like vacuum tube oscillator in it. These are just these are just like little mix tablets. And these guys are all percussion except for these two. These are both drum machines and samplers, but I will get back to that. Today, I am going to review this guy. One of the original Korg Volcas. This is the Korg Volca Beats. I'm going to show you how it sounds and how you could generally program it. Once you learn one Volca, you will know all of them. If I have enough time at the end of the video, I will show you what I love about the Korg samples. I have two samples. I've got the original Korg Volca sample and I've got the Korg Volca sample OK Go edition. Now, I will show you what they can do as we go along, but we are going to start with this guy, the Korg Volca Beats. Now, the Korg Volca Beats, it's an awesome drum machine. It's an awesome analog synthesizer drum machine. It really reminds me of the original SDS Simmons drum machine. Not obviously the kit, but it reminds me of the brain that ran that thing. It was really just an analog synthesizer with drum beats like recorded in, and then you could modify the sound in real time or before your performance to make each and every drum sensor sound exactly like you want it to sound. And you could do the exact same with this guy, and we're going to show you how to do the modeling. Now, just a quick overview of what this guy is set up to look like. You've got a play, you've got a record, you've got 16-step sequencer, you've got 10 steps of sounds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It starts with a kick, a snare, you got a low and high tom, a closed and open hat, you've got a clap, you've got claps, you've got those funky sticks that you hit, and you got a crash. Now, the cool thing about each and every one of these is you can model each and every one of the sounds, just like that original SDS Simmons drum. So let's look at this kick drum. If you notice, as I hit the kick drum, a light lights up. So more or less, that light is what controls what that sound sounds like. So hit that, and that, as you twist and turn that light, that will change and manipulate that sound. The same with each and every one. Here's the snare. You can make it snappy, less snappy, just by twisting that one. Same with the high tom, high and low toms. Same with the closed and open hat. The clap, the clavs, and the little sticks and the crash are all actually the PCM sound. So if you want to change the timing of any of that, you have to twist it up and down on the PCM sound. Of course, you've got a tempo there. This is a part level. You can make any of your parts, any of your 10 parts sound louder or softer. One thing I do have to say about the Korg Volcas, the later edition drum machines and samplers, you could play all of your sounds on different MIDI channels. For some reason, I can't get that to work on this guy. Maybe because it's the first edition, maybe because, you know, since I bought this used, it has it's got a short or something in it, or just a malfunction, but I'm happy with what I got. More or less, the Korg Volca Beats is an awesome drum machine, and I'm going to show you what it's like to make a sound on it, to make a drum beat on it, record a sequence, and even mess around with some of the beats, okay? So first of all, I'm going to start off with a nice bass drum and hopefully work around that with a beat, okay? Awesome, you can see that the click button is lighting up. Let's show you how it looks like when you want to edit that sound. All the way down, that's all the way up. It's a little drier, a little snappier, I like that. Let's do the snare. We're gonna go on to that snappy light right there, and we're gonna twist and turn it to make the sound like what we want it to sound like. Ooh, that's really dull, isn't it? Let's make it snappy. I like that. Okay, let's do our toms. I like that. All right, let's do our closed and open hi-hats. Actually, I like that already. Making it a little snappier. Ooh, it's a little shaky, isn't it? Now, for the PCM sounds, we have to use that speed. It will adjust the speed of our recorded PCM sounds on the last 4 tones. Here's my clap. Oh, I like that. Still want to crash. Now let's review all of them together. Got a kick, a snare, low and high tom, closed and open hat, and our PCM sounds. Now, depth and time, they control the stutter technique when you're using the sequencer. So how do we use a sequencer? You're gonna hit record and then play, and then whatever you play will repeat in a 16-step sequence. So let's get started. Not that hard to do. And then it's gone all over again. Let's do that one more time. you hear the stutter? Did I stutter? Now all the Volcas, they do have a step mode on there. So pretty much you can hit step mode and play, and it will play only the steps that are lit up. Or you could turn off the lights on all the steps that you want to turn off. And you'll notice the rhythm changes just slightly. Or now, the really awesome thing about the versatility of the Korg Volcas is that with the analog synthesizers, you could basically make the sounds sound like whatever you want them to sound like. As well as with the sequencer, you can make a sequence, repeat it, play it in a loop over and over again like you had a really awesome drum machine. If you don't have a drummer, or if you like to do a lot of jams yourself. Now, the cool thing about you can save, I think, with this memory button up to 10 sequences, but I'll be quite honest with you, I only use these guys to jam. If I was going to use them for a full song, I would use that feature to save a whole bunch of different sequences, and then I would set them up on top of each other and play them in a loop all together to complete an entire song. Now, these things are possible with the Volcas, but honestly, they're such little fun boxes, man. It's just so fun to just play and tweak with them and play all the cool notes. Now, normally, to pilot my Volcas, and I think I do have enough time to mess around with the Korg samples and show you what I do with those guys. So, what I have here is my Alesis Vortex. And what I love about this guitar is not only can you use it to play patches, you could use it as a MIDI controller to play a whole bunch of different instruments. It's got these cool little drum pads on them, and I've decided to use this guy to operate my Volcas. Now, I used to play piano keyboard sounds on this guy, but honestly, ever since I got the Volcas, this has been relegated to a really pretty black and white drum machine, and all because of these little pads. Now, the cool thing about the Alesis Vortex is everything on here has zones on it. I have taken the time to make all of these different pads on a different MIDI channel. I got up to, I think, 10 MIDI channels off of this guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The lower part of the keys are 9, and the upper part of the keys is MIDI channel 10. So, on any of the samples, I've got 2 Volca samples. On the Volca samples, these play MIDI 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 when I hit those. So basically, I could play drums and samples off of the keys, and it's pretty fun. And honestly, if I was on a stage, it would be awesome fun. Now, I have taken a MIDI splitter. Let me show you up close. This is a MIDI splitter cable. Basically, it's a MIDI cable, but it's split in 2. So I have used other MIDI cables to basically play both of these at the same time. I could play all the 10 sample sounds on that one and all the 10 sample sounds on that one simultaneously, but sometimes it gets a little cluttered. So I'll turn down the volume on one, do a sequence, and then turn down that one, and then do a sequence off of this one, and then kind of combine them. Let's see how that turns out. So first, I'm gonna make a rhythm and show you how to program the general settings of the Korg Volca sample, and then I'll bring you to the Korg Volca sample OK Go, just so you could see them both play together. I'm guessing I have to do the Volca sample first because the battery's coming up low. Now you got 10 MIDI channels here that are playing my samples. Now you have 100 samples to choose from in the Volca sample. So basically, you start off at number 1, use this little sample knob here, and you could turn each and every one of these MIDI channels into a different sample. Now, they're awesome drum machines in and of themselves. But also there's really cool sample sounds up and down the 100 sounds, the 100 sounds on the sample. So, same deal with the sequencer on the Volca sample. You can make a sequencer, you can make a sequence, you could save them, you could save multiple ones, you can tie them together to play an entire song. Also, you can manipulate the sounds as far as the timing. You can make the timing of each and every one of your samples faster, slower. You could cut off the beginning. You could cut off the end. You could only play the middle of the sample if you want just the middle of the sample. You can program samples into your Volca sample, and I believe that the new Volca sample can do the same. You just have to hook it up to a computer. I've used an app on my iPhone. So there's an app on your iPhone. There was even an app on my the phone I had before this that wasn't an iPhone, my Android. It had an app that was similar that you could use on the Volca sample as well. So I am going to make a beat and just show you how it works. Let's try it one more time. That's not bad. So, I can do the same with this, but the cool thing is completely different samples in the Volca sample OK Go. Now, what's up with the Volca sample OK Go? It's the same thing as that sample, except it's got its own different samples burnt in by OK Go that they used on their Hungry Ghost album. I believe it was 2014. So you have a completely different arrangement of samples to choose from. This is also just as good as a drum machine as the Korg Volca Beats. Let's see. Let's bring this guy up. Ooh, I like that. Okay, let's see if I can't make some beats off of this guy and improvise, and maybe we could throw them all together. Let's see. That was a little for me. That's kind of different. Let's do it one more time. That was actually kind of fun. Okay. Woo, that's a lot going on there. So, as much as those all sound cool on their own, let's see if I can't put them together, all together. This is going to be tricky. Woo! Ooh, the timing on that's loud. Okay. So I'm just going to try to play a beat off of the vocal beats and then play samples on top of that from the samples. So let's see how it goes. Before my battery dies. Let's see. Like that. So bad. So just to close out, we're going to try that one more time and have a little fun with it. The really cool thing in the versatility about the Volcas is that they are versatile. They are powerful. They can do things that other synthesizers can't. A lot of people argue that they're toys. So what if they're toys? They're toys with really, really big sounds and cool power. So let's do one more beat. little raw, a little raucous, but good music. Again, I'm Chris, I'm a gearhead, and I live in Las Vegas, and wishing you love, health, happiness, and all that good stuff from Las Vegas.